Hey guys, take a look at that. Spring is coming. I can almost get out the back door. But I wanted to do an update on the barn dominium. And we've got some of that repurposed wood. The trim is up. The roof is almost, the ceiling is almost finished. We have some trim details to go around the corner here. But everything's pretty much been trimmed with that blue stained wood. And it looks pretty fantastic. We also used some aspen we had to bring out the jambs. And so it's looking pretty good. And we are progressing. We're getting the electric in and trying to finish up here. But I wanted to show you an update here on the greenhouse as we pop out. Alan was just working on this cedar detail, which is really nice to finish that. We've got the French doors to separate the two environments, which would be the aquaponics and the gray water systems down there, and our standard grow system in here. And I just put in these benches that wrap all the way around, and this allows us to sit in there and reach in to do the picking or planting or whatever we need to do. It's all just repurposed wood I got from my friend Dennis. It's milled ponderosa, and it's fantastically thick, dimensional wood. And considering maybe sanding it or something. But you can see here that this is much higher than the bed in here, which is pretty deep. And so I'm going to jump in the bed and show you how we lined this here. We use galvanized sheeting to line the bed. Also, we have some plastic. And we didn't puncture any of the plastic or the metal. We only attached these objects up here on the rim. On the seams, I used a double bead of silicone, and the overlap is like 6 or 8 inches. So all the water will come down here, and then this is just all underground. Perfect. So that should give us longevity on the wood. Let me just show you what the silicone I'm using here. Just regular silicone. And so here's a little bit of the setup where you can see I've custom bent this metal. So I bend the corners in. I'll put 2 beads of silicone here and here, and 2 beads here, and then the next sheet just goes in there and gets tacked right on. Boom. And so that's how we're doing that. We're almost finished wrapping this. It was a lot of interesting metal bending, but it looks pretty good. And so we're moving along here, and I say in a day or so, give it a week, we're going to be starting to fill this and plant it. Now the idea, I'm going to sit on my new bench, would be just to bring the soil up to about 6 inches below this lip. So all in all, it should only be 18 inches to fill this. Right to about there. And the majority is going to be forest material. We're going to put rotting wood, pine chips, and other debris on the ground first, and then only add about 1 foot of soil. That's our plan, and that's a hugelkultur plan. All right, moving into here. This is going to have 2 aquaponic systems that we're putting together now. We're setting it up, and we're plumbing it. I just received the first bell siphon that Fisk Farm sent me, so we'll be shouting them out. If you want to get bell siphons and learn how to use these IBCs for aquaponic systems, we'll be finishing up that series shortly. But there's a lot to do. We do have them growing medium, so we're getting there. I have the pumps are in, and all the trim is getting finished in here. And you can see Alan out there. Always working on something. So he's exposing the cistern, which is an amazing job where we actually leaked some mud into this side, and we haven't done the finished plumbing. So we got to go in there. Is that cap easy to take off?
Yes.
Yeah, let's just get a good look. Let's make it an action video. So we'll just show you what happened in just one season. This was perfectly pristine. And then, so we already sucked out, what was there, about 6 or 8 inches?
Yep.
6 or 8 inches of muck in there. And now we got to clean it up again. You can see how pristine it is above the leak. The rest of it's really clean. And that's the area we got to plumb down there. Thank you, sir. So he's working on getting the other side exposed so that we can caulk that in. We're going to put a new manhole on here, clean it out. And that's plumbed right into there. So this pipe's going to come over here into a tropical bathroom area in the greenhouse. It's so warm in here, you can imagine being able to take a shower in here. So that's the plan. The earth tubes we haven't run because all 4 earth tubes are coiled around our cistern, which is currently empty. It needs to be filled with thermal mass for the system to work. So once we get it all done, we'll run a test and we'll tell you what's going on as far as the temperature. This greenhouse holds at least 20 degrees above the outside ambient. So it's a fantastic greenhouse so far. We don't even have the roof insulated yet, so that's gonna come. That's a massive amount of insulation we'll be putting in here. And then the cob wall and all the shelves, those are the brackets we're using. Just doing a little tester there. And the ceiling is going to be insulated with this 2-inch styro, which was the most economical thing we could get for, I think that might be R15-ish. So that's the state of the greenhouse. We're moving along. And one step at a time, one day at a time, one thing at a time. Like Prepper Nurse says, getting her done. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Share this with like-minded people. Get yourself a greenhouse. You're going to need one. Be safe.